Austin, Texas, everything is supersized.
We had 2 dozen glazed, 2 dozen chocolate.
Especially the donuts in America's most famous drive-through joint, Round Rock Donuts.
Look at the size of that thing.
This huge kitchen cooks up a whopping 200,000 donuts and over 8,000 cookies to feed 21,000 customers every week.
Want some?
This is donut delivery on a massive scale.
You just want to eat it because it's delicious and you don't care about the calorie ramifications.
It's huge. I don't know if I could finish it all.
On one of the busiest days of the year,
We've got to feed them, and we've got to feed them fast.
we meet the faces
I hope my wife don't catch me eating this.
and the food
Yes, yes, yes. Donut time.
behind one of the world's biggest kitchens. Just 20 miles from Austin, Texas, is Round Rock Donuts, one of America's favorite restaurants,
Welcome to Round Rock Donuts.
feeding up to 3,000 customers every day. This king-size cafe and drive-thru serves up 5 million donuts to over 300,000 vehicles a year.
Can you say donuts?
Thank you. You have a wonderful day now.
Cooking up super sweet surprises like cookies, cakes, and America's biggest donut, the 14-inch Texan. These are tasty treats on a titanic scale.
I love the donuts here. They're delicious.
They have not changed one bit over the years. Whatever process they use, it's worked.
It takes 60 staff, 3 massive mixers, 2 walk-in fridges, and 3 giant deep fat fryers to keep this 1,500 square foot kitchen running.
Everything is bigger than Texas, so why not?
Round Rock Donuts opened in 1926 on the outskirts of a small town that bears its name, not far from Austin. Almost 90 years on, this family-run drive-thru is legendary.
It's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm opening up. Somebody's got to do it.
The team has been frying since midnight. The man in charge of making sure the whole operation runs smoothly is Paul Goodillon.
So you can't stop because the customers don't stop coming, and it keeps me young at least.
From prepping donuts to ordering fresh supplies, Paul's sticky fingers are all over this joint.
It's not even breakfast yet, and we've got donuts flying off the shelves.
7 a.m. and the breakfast rush is now in full swing.
Next order, send it, please.
Man, I hope the kitchen can keep up with the front.
So the breakfast team need to max out donut production. To create these incredible crullers, bakers here must mix Round Rock Donuts' signature dough using flour, eggs, sugar, butter, and yeast. The team will cut and fry 1.5 tons of dough a day. Manager Paul's son, Colton Goodillon, has the stickiest job in the kitchen to fill the donuts with thick, oozing cream.
When I tell my friends I've been pumping custard all day, they tend to get a little jealous.
Colton's in charge of one super sweet treat breakfast guests here simply can't get enough of.
I like to eat them behind my husband's back. It's like having an affair.
Round Rock's famous chocolate glazed eclairs.
The filling is great. It's like pudding, and I love pudding.
These French-inspired delicacies are filled to burst with Bavarian cream and then hand-coated in rich, milky chocolate.
This is one of our most popular desserts. People really do enjoy the Bavarian cream and the chocolate together. It's a good combination.
Bakers make the eclair from the same legendary dough as the Round Rock Donuts, but for the perfect bite, they must cook it differently.
So you want to keep it submerged the whole time. That way they can fry evenly. An overcooked eclair will taste burnt on the outside, and it'll also make the inside way too crispy, and the cream won't even stay inside of the donut.
Each week, Colton pumps 3,000 crispy pastry shells full of thick, gloopy cream.
Now I'm gonna do my favorite thing.
then gets hands-on with his eclairs.
It feels very nice. It's kind of like a hot tub for your hands. You're gonna wanna dip your hand in there and just smoothly cover it with chocolate. You just let the chocolate kind of roll off your hand.
Colton smears his way through 275 gallons of hot chocolate each week. These dreamy, creamy confections are a breakfast to die for. Round Rock Donut sells over 150,000 eclairs each year. End to end, that's 14 miles of tasty breakfast pastry.
The icing on top is perfect. It just kind of melts in your mouth when you eat it. It's perfect.
That's good. I like the filling. Delicious. Don't tell anybody I'm on a diet.
It's only 10 a.m. and the breakfast sugar rush will soon become the lunch rush.
You need a dozen glaze and a dozen chocolate?
The team are serving one car every 45 seconds, selling 50 donuts a minute.
We're pushing out quantities, but we gotta keep the quality up.
And soon, they'll be slammed by 1,000 more customers as one of Texas's biggest classic car festivals rolls into town.
I'm ready for them. We have to mentally prepare ourselves to be ready for them.
Wow, we're about to get slammed.
In Round Rock, the biggest drive-through donut joint in Texas is gearing up for the craziest Saturday of the year.
So it's getting busy now. We've got a queue outside, we've got people in the lobby, and the machine is really starting to roll.
It's 11 a.m. 15,000 donuts and eclairs have already left the shelves. And out at the drive-thru, the first few classic cars are arriving in town for the big show.
And all those gas guzzlers are gonna want some feeding.
So we're all geared up for a busy day. You've got your people placed.
I do.
30 seconds per car if you can get it going that way. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Round Rock may be synonymous with donuts, but as the lunch rush kicks in, demand for a savory treat takes off.
We're selling these almost as quickly as we're making them.
Lunchtime drive-by diners love to pig out on this punch-packing pork product, the legendary sausage kolache.
Jalapeno cheese kolache, my favorite dish here.
You got a sausage and sausage cheese kolache?
Yes, we can't come to Round Rock without having one of these.
Nicknamed Pigs in Blankets, the kolache is a delicious smoked sausage flavored with jalapenos and cheese, wrapped in the sweetest of sweetbreads.
The sausage kolaches are an old Czech recipe. This is a very, very popular item in this part of the country.
Each week, Round Rock Donuts use up to 15,000 sausages to make this popular piquant pastry. These are no ordinary sausages. For the last 5 years, Big Boss Paul and his special supplier have developed a completely bespoke blend of herbs and spices to make his kolaches unique.
So we're on our way down to Smoky, Denmark to pick up a hot shot of sausages.
Paul's mission is to make sure that every one of the 4,500 sausages for today's lunchtime rush is perfectly formed.
Quality control is really important to us. When our customers come, we want to serve them the very best product.
Under Paul's watchful eye, workers mix 800 pounds of the finest pork and beef with salt and cayenne pepper, a hint of garlic, and the secret blend of herbs and spices. Then stuff the meaty mixture into a natural hog casing, smoking it for 3 hours.
They still use real wood chip, so they get a real smoke on it instead of using liquid smoke.
So what do you think of the smoke? Enough smoke on that for you?
Yeah, the color is great.
Satisfied his meat is magnificent, Paul dashes back to Round Rock with the supplies to cook up the next batch of kolaches for diners. First task, wrap his pork in the signature Round Rock dough.
This dough, we make it slightly sweeter to complement the savory flavor of the sausage.
This dough has 2 extra cups of sugar mixed in.
So now the fun part, rolling them up. This little piggy went to market This little piggy is going to go into my stomach at some point.
Finally, he bakes the sausage kolaches at 350 degrees for 20 minutes.
Ooh, that's hot. So they're golden brown, ready to go. All right.
This traditional European delicacy is hugely popular. Paul and his team will hand roll up to 800,000 of these porky parcels of pleasure each year.
The bread's nice and soft, flaky, but then it just mixes well with the saltiness, spiciness, and cheesiness of the sausage.
Kolache was good. It had good meat and bread to it, so I loved it. I let nobody else try it.
It's midday. The lunch rush is already in overdrive, and the Classic Car Festival is turbocharging donut demand.
Oh my God, it's mad crazy outside. There's just like 100 cars. It's going crazy.
Appetites are growing and tempers are flaring as the car fanatics queue up for the ultimate donut, the 14-inch Texan.
I would probably wait 20 to 30 minutes in here just for that donut.
It's the Incredible Hulk of donuts.
The customers are getting angry because they wanted donuts so much.
We got to keep this machine going, cranking the donuts out. Things are really heating up.
It's a hot Saturday just outside Austin, Texas, and the lunch rush at Round Rock Donuts drive-thru has hit full throttle. Over 100 hungry classic car fanatics have rolled up in their rides.
He loves his donut. I mean, he basically sees it and just goes, yes, 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 donut time.
No, other donut people just can't do it, what these guys are doing.
As you can see, we're all the way around the block here. When people have to wait, they start getting impatient. So we've got to feed them, and we've got to feed them fast.
And this is what they've all come for.
Whoa, look at the size of that donut.
The famous 14-inch, 2-pound Texan. As big as 12 regular-sized donuts and smothered in lip-smacking orange glaze.
I try to eat it. It's too much for me.
They make the Texan from the restaurant's signature dough. To meet demand for this monster, they mix over 1,000 batches of dough each year.
People who come from all over America to experience this.
Preparing the famous dough is down to donut master Polo Garcia.
If for some reason I don't do the proper measurements, the dough is going to be a disaster.
For this beast of a batch, Polo must mix eggs.
We use about 6,000 eggs a day, so I'm sorry for the chicken.
Flour, sugar, butter, and last but not least, yeast.
Come on, baby. You're gonna become alive, okay? You're gonna have to start working pretty soon.
Polo mixes the dough for 10 minutes.
It's gonna be magic pretty soon.
He leaves it to rise for 40 minutes. Cuts it down to size.
Like we say in Texas. Yeehaw!
Then it's time to roll.
With this type of exercise, what can you say? You don't need to go to the gym, do you?
Making the perfect donut demanded by Round Rock's faithful followers takes a special skill.
We're calling the wrist flex. Now it's gonna be time for me to pet my baby. You see? Nice. Very nice. And now, do you want to see the giant one?
This titan of the donut world is so big, it needs cutting with a bucket.
And this is how we made Texas donut.
This giant takes twice as long to cook as any normal donut.
When the dough is not cooked right, it becomes kind of chewy and gooey, and we don't want that from them.
Polo fries this Whopper for 6 minutes until it's golden on the outside and cooked to perfection on the inside.
I've been turning this for almost 20 years. I know at this point when they're ready or not.
Finally, he drizzles the mouth-watering orange glaze over this doughy freak, making it irresistible.
This is what makes the Texas donut unique. Kind of top secret, but it's very, very tasteful.
This is one of America's most famous donuts. The chefs here churn out almost 80,000 of these sticky behemoths every year.
Look at the size of this thing. My God, how could anybody eat one of these?
It's the biggest donut I've ever seen, by far, ever.
The Texas donut goes a long way. It's enough to feed a family of 5.
It was enough to feed her whole classroom.
kids.
Yes.
1 p.m., the lunch rush hits peak. Hundreds of sugar-crazed car aficionados slam this big kitchen with one order every 30 seconds.
No, man, I think this is probably the busiest day since I've ever worked here, and I've been working here for 3 years now.
Amidst the chaos, bakers at Round Rock Donuts also have to produce made-to-order, personalized specialty cakes.
They can change the colors, pick the size cake they want, color of icing. All we need is 24 hours advance notice, and they're ready to go.
Out of the blue, and at the height of the rush, the car show crew need a custom cake to mark their event. Within 1 hour.
We don't normally decorate cakes without a 24-hour notice.
The customer's already downstairs, so we're gonna try to go as fast as we can.
At one of America's most famous donut drive-thrus, the lunch rush is finally subsiding.
Board's almost clear, we got this.
All the crazy cars are on their way out, so it's starting to get back to normal a little bit again.
But with the car show organizers waiting on a special order, there is one highly skilled team that is still working flat out. The 4 artisans producing completely unique specialty cakes.
It's creamy and thick. I love it.
On top of soft, rich sponge cake sits ingeniously sculpted buttercream icing in almost any conceivable form.
The detail of the swirls and the design and the colors, it makes it all come together. It's beautiful and yummy.
I like it because it's like almost all the colors of the rainbow.
Everybody loves cake. People put a lot of thought into their cake when they're planning their parties.
Each year, the cake crew hand decorates up to 16,000 custom cakes. Leading the team producing these masterpieces is Queen of Cakes, Deanne Moen.
We bake to order. We bake our cakes here in-house every day.
To make these wonders of the cake world, Deanne will need to make 60 gallons of icing each week.
It's the old-fashioned buttercream, which is the shortening powdered sugar.
To create the most intricate designs and make the cake easier to ice, the team flash freeze the sponge bases.
It's important to give them a little bit of chill time so the cake will set and it won't crumble on you when you're trying to ice it. Having the cake smooth really is the difference between having it look homemade or having it look top-notch.
Deanne's crew decorate up to 70 cakes a day. Mixing the right color for the right cake order is absolutely critical.
So this is my artist palette. We have our purple, we've got the yellow. This is our leaf green. We have our royal blue.
Deanne's team use up to 9,000 tubes of colored icing each year, and it takes a steady hand to add the final touches.
Oh look, I got that just right with the dots.
The last cake of the day is for the car festival organizers, waiting downstairs. Deanne must work fast.
So they're here for this cake, and I'm trying to get the last minute touches on. I'm outlining some flames, and then we'll fill it in, make it look like fire. Oh, my bag is not cooperating with me. Always something happens when you're in a hurry. All right.
Finally, Deanne is happy with her custom-made car cake.
I think we're done.
But will the client be satisfied?
All right. Thank you. I hope you like it.
Oh, wow, that is sharp.
Thank you for doing
thank you very much.
You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm glad we could help.
It's just cool.
After 9 hours of solid service, the Round Rock Donuts team can finally take a breath.
So the guy that picked up the cake from the car club was pretty happy, and he was one of our last people, so I think we're in the clear now. Not only has it been the best day of the year, but I figure we've broken a record of about 32,000 donuts today.
Just like people get attached to smoking cigarettes, I'm attached to Round Rock Donuts.
This is the most fabulous donut in the state of Texas. It has so much flavor to it. It has the glaze to it, its sweetness, it's made fresh. It's awesome.
That's good. Like a donut should.
I am very proud to be a part of this team. I think this is the sweetest job in America.